Not enough to burn.
Sorry about that, guys.
The odds are against us here.
I keep forgetting this game really hates being alt-tabbed. But, I mean, it will just crash. This thing really hates being alt-tabbed. Like, seriously.
Hold your...
Lower your... Tell me, why is your...
My...
And the girl?
Be silent.
Violence has always been the Legion's way. Ever since...
The Queen doesn't...
The...
And your...
An Archon. She... Look no farther than the woman who fights at your side.
If your father was the old...
By blood, Rosalind is my niece. Her family stood by, content to watch. Only then did they turn against me. They raised an army to put me...
Rosalind said nothing.
Perhaps she doesn't know, if her family kept it from her. What...
If the royal family turned against...
Good reason. People had begun to whisper that the king had been my father. They were rumors, nothing more. But they worried the rightful heirs. I had no designs upon the throne. Not then. But neither would I go quietly to the noose. They created the very monster they feared.
Rosalind had no part in any...
Because Rosalind is... She'll be forced to rely upon others. Like, I have no need to make such bargains. And greater powers, not of this world.
We've spoken enough about...
Now you know why I lay claim to this kingdom. I am...
What if I take you at your...
They need not be killed, but...
Not. I have heard the voices of my mother's lost gods. This parley is finished. Remain here.
Something is coming. Something very large.
What in the... What in oblivion is that?
We're attacked!
Don't stop fighting till it's over. Don't stop till it's over. I dropped. Sure. I'm glad.
Much better. Victory! I'm hurt!
Alright.
Beast lay dead, its fall testament to the might of the 10th Legion. But it seemed a Pyrrhic victory, as the Azunite army pushed into the deep well. Hundreds of soldiers poured from the tunnels, easily outnumbering the Royalist forces. You and your allies fled before them, but this was not the defeat it might have seemed. Without the stone stream to refresh it, the air in the deep well was a seething cauldron of explosive gas, awaiting the merest spark. That spark the Royalists were all too happy to provide. The explosion collapsed the well, entombing the Azunites beneath the mountain, and shattering Jane Cassinder's hopes of destroying the Queen. Would that Cassinder herself had been buried there, along with her men. But such an end was not her fate.
Of course not.
Jane's army is fleeing down the mountain. The woman lives, but we're safe from her. For now.
The victory is...
I'm told that Jane spoke to you. She mentioned the old king note.
I need to know what really happened.
Jane Cassinda spoke the truth. As far as she... The goal was never to murder the old king, only to replace him with his...
You must understand. My grandfather was a monster. Even...
You say the...
I do not pretend to understand the man, but by all accounts, he was... Before long, he started seizing our chapter houses and estates, threatening to...
If they...
I wasn't there when it happened. The man wasn't much of a fighter, more a danger. Who knows how he ended up with a blade in his gut? All the parties are long dead.
We have a friend, and...
No. Mont Baron told the rank and file nothing. Little good it did them. They all died.
You were one of the Legion command.
When the plan was put forward by Mont Baron, I spoke against it. But all the others disagreed. The king was in the wrong, yes.
You were the only one...
A good friend followed me, and we served the royal family as generals during the war with Jane. Garin died at the Battle of Drifter's Cross. Phineas is his son.
Jane told me some...
Ah, the old rumor.
Jane Cassinda shares my blood. The woman lost her father. Her family betrayed her. I would ask one more favor of the Legion. Should you meet her at...
Your Majesty, she's been hunting you...
This mountain once bustled with dwarves, and now they are gone. My parents. My...
Your Majesty.
If Jane Cassinda dies, do you think the cities of the East will bow their heads? No. They will cut...
Whereas if we come to an agreement...
You assume that the woman will surrender at all. I wouldn't make such a wager.
If she's willing to surrender...
Lord Devonsey will surely chastise me for my gentle nature, but I am sure this is...
I shall send riders to all the towns and villages that support the Queen. You have the word of the royal court. All Western Ebb will stand united behind the Legion.
My...
You've done it. You will always be welcome.
What will you...
Well, if Glitterdale is to be salvaged, I must find... After that, we'll rebuild.
We must...
To you as...
General?
Stay as long...
Perhaps now we can finally leave this fetid
We've
mine.
won a respite, I suppose. But the war...
I thank you again. I thank you again for your help, Legionnaire.
Sure. Well, it might just turn the tide. Yeah, probably would. I don't care about Rhino. So honestly, okay, if I didn't get him so late, in my opinion, I get him so late that it's just not worth having them. Oh, I just got the achievement for supporting the Queen. Gumbo. Why is there two? Alright, I just do the party select. So I just want to make sure I have everything up to date. Probably won't use them much more after this point. Yeah, I probably won't, honestly.
We've come a long way from that filthy swamp, haven't we? Escorting you to the coast. Are you ready to go?
Yes.
There you go, I have the oldest excuse to fast travel the way back. I feel like there's some time where we fight in the causeways or something. What's this lead to? I really don't remember. No. My curious. Rukenval. Okay. This is like, I wonder if this is what dwarves learned about geomancy. Honestly. This is a really interesting thought.
We've had rumors of another battle. Is it true? Jane Cassinda's army retreating in disarray?
She is beaten.
And Rosalind, what did you think of her? Worthy to wear the...
She has a kind and temperate...
Kind and temperate is a far cry from her grandfather. Perhaps this exile has been a blessing. What about our proposal?
Rosalind agreed to an alliance.
Well done. But...
My father tried to unseat the old king.
no more. You think I hadn't guessed it was something like that? I still called it a lie. We can't...
The people already heard this from...
If we win this war, Jane will be dead. Her words...
You're wrong, Odo. This...
And what then? The people won't blame Montbaron. We'll be feared. No matter how virtuous we seem, we'll always be a threat.
Better that the people hear the truth.
I was half afraid that Martin might say something.
The Legion will be better for this, not worse. The Crown as well. If we've made our choice. Let's speak of something.
Jane Cassinda is the daughter of the old king.
I always thought that was just a rumor.
If Jane Cassinda is the old king's daughter...
Better to strike now while she's off balance. Still reeling from her loss at...
Can we use the...
No. If a causeway ever led to the Spire, it's law. But your instincts are good. We need an ally who can...
Stonebridge can field an army of automatons if need be. If we can seal an alliance with them, they might be willing to...
Jane could be...
Jane's capital is 5 days' march from here, maybe more. She calls it the Spire. Afgath. That's where she'll be.
Would the Meisters really...
Doubtful. No profit in it. And besides these...
I agree.
Oh, of course they are. Yeah, there's a lot of... This is not fun, in my opinion, but... I'm committed. I want to try and finish this game right now if I can. Even though I definitely won't. There's a lot to this game. And I'm talking
30 years and they still haven't caught the dapper old gent. We all live in fear of him.
Oh, that's right. The battle.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
Jesus.
Did you hear? The foundry's gone silent, and no one knows.
Please do not litter or excrete in alleyways.
Jesus. Ouch. That would hurt. No kidding.
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Free the Krug!
Oh god, yeah, I remember that.
Ah, half a minute there. You came from the Tell me, is it true?
Only a few of us.
Ha! Let them laugh at me now. Meister Wolf, with his silly dreams of radiant children and prophecies.
Oh,
You had a dream.
Precisely so. Not a fortnight past.
You saw the raid.
Wish I were, but no. If I'd had any Legion blood, I dare say I'd have been killed. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid not. Jane and her mobs were quite thorough. Be assured that I took no part in that travesty. Nor
I'm here to address the Meisters.
an alliance. I'll warn you, though, they're scared. Scared of Jane, and scared of... No, the other Meisters will know you've been talking to mad old Wolf with his secrets and
I'm ready.
Capital!
Yeah. Of course we have to have one of these.
Gentlemen and goblins, order! Council recognizes the
Meister Wolf tells us. Perhaps our colleague forgot.
A war with Jane Cascinder would risk the very life of our republic.
30 years ago, you sided with Jane Cascinder.
I've seen the guilt in the eyes of your people.
Nonetheless, you can understand why some in the city might fear.
Countless legionnaires were murdered in our streets.
Forget the past. Those murders are
Words alone are unlikely to sway our good citizens. Perhaps...
Nonsense! The Legion is no threat. There's far more dangerous things. Our... Indeed, sir, I do. You?
Wolf, you didn't...
Bad business. The Foundry supplies power to...
Meister Wolf, let us not turn aside from the
No, wait. That hardly seems fair. I propose a recess. Let us each speak privately to the Legionnaires, so...
Sounds like a reason...
Indeed, well spoken, Meister Madgata. Any council declares a recess. We shall reconvene after the Legion envoy has spoken to each of my esteemed colleagues.
Ah, so the Legion has come looking for my... But I forget my manners. I am...
What is...
We smell... The Foundry is the...
Your guild is obviously important. We need
If you wish to be of service, then... It's the blasted Cyclopses. They were docile workers for years, but...
Why would they...
None at all. But my foreman, Mr.
Alright, so there's one.
Yes. I was wondering when you'd come and harass me.
Let's get right to the point.
Well, you could help me alphabetize court documents, but better... Normally, I'd have Wolf handle the situation.
So you're saying you'd...
I'm rarely accused of being a nice person. But there you have it. I'd rather not waste So, the matter at hand. We've had numerous reports of masked individuals hauling automata. Whatever... If someone was to...
Have many?
Only a few have gone missing. More troubling is that a few have returned looking like they were...
You?
Indeed. With the...
Alright, we'll go to the crypts. I think you can get all but one of these.
Greetings, Legionnaire. If you've come to win my vote, don't bother. So that's that. Now...
Why are you...
I trust the Legion. Personally, I wish you great success in restoring the Legion, but I don't feel my vote for you is in the best interest of Stonebridge.
Oh, he's sleeping in general?
Nah, he's still awake.
No, can I use your bathroom?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's that?
I'll show you why.
So I let him sleep. I'm not trying to wake him up or nothing.
I'm not even sleeping.
What?
What?
Oh, Christopher's here.
Who's here?
I don't know. He just had to use the bathroom, so.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do to win your vote?
It
At the moment, no. But worry not. I'm sure the other Meisters will vote for you if you sate their self-interested needs.
About 11:40.
Now, I do have a task or two for you. It's not going to win over my
I don't know
vote,
why he's
but
here
I
so
would
late.
find a way to repay your efforts.
Told.
Long ago, the Legion served as the mediator of first and last resort, when an argument ran out of control.
That's all?
Your first task is to handle a situation with a prisoner of ours. Many argue he's safer in Make your inquiries there. It's hardly dragon slaying, but if you...
I love this quest. Huh?
You what?
Good night, don't worry. I was trying to wake you up.
Sleeping.
Yeah, that's why I ignored you. Because I knew you were sleeping.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, well, I thought you were, so I tried to...
No, I try to wear this more than just when I'm asleep.
My Brett and Mom pissed me off, so I've been walking back from Hubbles. So, yeah. Alright, I got a bit of a walk, so have fun. Enjoy sleeping. I'll see you, I'm guessing both of you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What do you guys got?
Nothing. So we don't have nothing, just except for the beer we were drinking at the bar.
I mean, for tomorrow.
No, tomorrow? I don't have nothing.
Alright, sorry about that, guys.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have business with the incarcerated?
I'd like to speak to the Krug prisoner.
He's
Fiddlewick
not a
asked me to
Krug.
appraise the situation and
Very well. It is Meister Fiddlewick's prerogative to entrust such decisions to strangers rather than automated constables with decades of experience.
Constables with
Please
decades of
note that the
experience.
Krug has been imprisoned for its own safety.
Kerr.
Do you?
Kerr. Kerr. Kerr.
Sorry about that. Seems the rattle in my lungs gets worse every year. You were asking about the automated constable here.
Kerr.
Tends to my comestibles and keeps away the rabble.
Where did you?
From my mother. Kerr. Before she abandoned me. I guess when your son looks like a hideous monster, maternal
If you're not a Krug,
I'm tired of being harassed and assaulted. This time I decided I'd let them think I'm a monster and keep me locked up. Kerr. I've thought about getting out of here, but I have nowhere to go.
I have to decide.
Kerr. Well, I suppose I've committed no... Let them go on thinking I'm a Krug. It won't hurt my feelings. If you let me go...
It's not even a Krug. Love it. I don't even know what the hell a Krug is, but hey.
Krogan.
No, Krug. Not a Krogan. This isn't Mass Effect, sadly. If this was Mass Effect, that flimsy little iron gate wouldn't be enough to stop him. He could literally just ram right through that like nothing.
Are you lost, Lee? Find out.
What? Oh, duh. Oh, speak to the guard. Whoopsies. Well.
Welcome to the Stonebridge Jail. Do you have...
I
will enact whatever outcome you deem appropriate. Please enunciate carefully.
Let the Krug go. He's done nothing illegal. The locals may try to hurt...
Very well. The Krug will be escorted to the city limits and set free. No automated
I wasn't certain that the Legion had truly returned, but after witnessing your resolution of the plight of the oppressed Krug proletariat, it caused a great imbalance in my sanguine humors. Fairly had me bursting with them. Now then, we have much to accomplish. Shall we get started?
What in the world are you...
Oh my, do forgive me. I mistook you for a Collegium woman. I meant only that it made me proud, whilst at the same time risking distempers of the blood.
Proud while...
Much to do. Shall we be off?
Distemper... Oh, what the fuck?
What do you mean by...
Yes, we. First person plural, in this case collective. I could lend you this excellent book on grammar, but wait, I'm forgetting my manners.
Oh my god, Reinhardt.
I am Reinhardt Manx, scholar, inventor, and sartorial adventurer. I have degrees in advanced thaumaturgical studies and non-Euclidean geometry.
Thaumaturgical studies.
Naturally, I also have a grounding in the classics, but more importantly to you, I am descended from the Grand Mage Merrick, a legionnaire through and through.
That would make him the last of Merrick's line.
Well, needless to say, it's been my dream to reunite with other children of the 10th Legion. Second only to the dream of a thaumaturgical waistcoat that can change its color and cut to match the latest season's fashions.
Thaumaturgy is ice magic, isn't it? I don't remember anymore. I just remember that from
You said you were a scholar, but have you seen it?
I'm hardly the mage that my great-grandfather was, but I was best in my class when it came to channeling. I may possess a physique best described as suety, but by application of higher non-Goblinian mathematics, I could rip a man in half with a thought.
Jesus.
Well, theoretically I could. It's not as though I practice on people. That would be rather rude and mildly illegal.
Mildly illegal.
How have you lived in...
Had I trouble? I used to dream that the Legion would rise up from the ashes.
Rise
But I
up.
also dream of square circles, so make of that what you will.
Square circles.
The people of Stonebridge may have committed a terrible crime against the Legion, but I think it's time to forgive and rebuild.
These people killed your parents, their friends, their comrades. You're willing to let them go unpunished?
Oh, certainly, criminals should be brought to justice, but I think you can have too much justice, too much reprisal. And, of course, forgiveness facilitates the open exchange of ideas. It's hard to have a symposium with a lynch mob.
With a lynch
The Legion
mob.
holds mercy
Oh
and
my
forgiveness in high regard. I try to live by that, except when it comes to demons, bankers, and cats.
Except when it comes...
Cats? Really? What do you have against cats?
Oh, Jesus.
My friend, if I have learned one thing and one thing only at the Collegium, it is this. Never trust a creature that eats more mice than you do.
If you have...
Oh, you mean the invitation calculated to lure all the Legion descendants into one place? One would have to be suicidal, or at least a great buffoon. Oh my, do forgive me. I should have realized. I meant no offense. But in any case, no, I regretfully declined when that letter arrived.
Oh my god, I
We
love
need
this.
every...
Am I with you? Does the thaumaturgical constant Q trend towards infinity for given values of the human soul?
What the fuck?
The answer is yes, by the way. The Legion needs to stand together, lest we fade into memory. So without further ado, let's be off.
Dude, this guy's awesome. I don't know what the fuck to even say about this guy. But that'll be for next episode.